Hey everybody, I'm Heroic Nerd, and today we are going through some even more Halloween stuff. Today we are doing Morlock 2001. So this is an Atlas comic that is a little bit, it's not terribly frightening. It's a little bit like Planet of the Vampires in the sense where it's like horror mixed with science fiction, but it features a monster. And here, look at this guy. He looks fucking cool, doesn't he? Look at that guy. We got him, and he's got like these tentacles and these fucking suction cup fingers, and he's fighting some dude what looks like Quicksilver down here. Fucking plane going overhead. That sucks. Anyway, yeah, look at this fucking guy. He looks disgusting, but I love it. So I figure this guy, he's fairly scary. It's because it's a monster story. He's fairly scary. Well, it's interesting enough for Halloween. Besides, I'm trying to get through this Atlas playlist, man. Let me tell you. I'm looking forward to getting to some other things. I'll be done probably sometime in November. I've got the entire slate of October done, and then I'll finish like halfway through November, and then we'll move on to other things. Plus, I've got Christmas episodes planned, so I've got a bunch of Christmas comics I want to cover, so we'll do those. But in the meantime, this is Morlock 2001. The year is 2001 AD, a time when life as we know it has become hideously transformed. A rigid totalitarian regime holds the people in an iron grip, and mankind's greatest truths have been declared inoperative. Yet you are about to witness an event that will stagger the imagination and change the course of history. You are about to witness the coming of Morlock. So that's the monster's name. The monster's name is Morlock, and there he is. Good lord, what is that thing? Look at it. It's fucking Morlock. You don't know? He's one of the coolest characters in all of fucking Atlas Comics. Give or take. Our story begins in a lush greenhouse in the outskirts of a teeming city. And how are you today, my precious begonias? Thirsty enough to drink a little water? Ah, my roses, how fragrant you smell today. If only the authorities hadn't confiscated my book of Shakespeare, I could read you a wonderful passage about the fragrance of roses. Fucking... The authorities confiscated his Shakespeare. That doesn't sound good. You know how that is when the cops come looking for books. And you, Ivy, are you happy with the extra climbing strength my new plant serum has given you? If only man would cling to his ideals as tenaciously as you cling to that trellis. Ah, and my special pets. Did you think I'd forgotten? You needn't have worried, I couldn't possibly forget my greatest creation, could I? It has taken me a lifetime to... It's taken you a lifetime to what? Those things look crazy. They look like Christmas trees a little bit, but... Very strange. But I like this guy. He's a scientist. He's hanging out. There's the deviant. Oh, shit. What do you want? Oh, fuck. That sucks. I liked him. He was cool, and now he's fucking gone. What on earth makes a man do such perverted things? Sir, Captain? Why, this one even has books in his house. Even the clearest lake has its share of slime, Lieutenant. Never forget that. Oh, fuck. These are like the Nazi book burners. Dude, they lit his ass up. His ass is dead. If there was any doubt that this was a horror comic, this panel might convince you. Now come on, let's finish sanitizing this dump. Except for the pods, they go to the complex. What pods? Oh fuck, and they've got the flamethrowers. Mwah! I love how they draw flames. It's good stuff. So, but why are they burning down the plants though? It doesn't make any sense. They're saying they're sanitizing it? Why are they burning down the plants? Hey look, he's got an eyeball on his helmet. That means they're the secret police. The hidden eyes of the government. Within moments, the greenhouse is a raging inferno. And the flowering loveliness inside it becomes a mass of blackened cinder. Alright. Our work's done here. Let's not shilly-shally. Yeah, look, it says on the van, it says they're the thought police. Like, they're not even hiding it. They're like, we're the thought police. But they did take those pods, though. Hours later, in a top-secret government laboratory complex somewhere near the heart of the city. Are those things from Professor Crochel's greenhouse? That's right. A police unit brought them in earlier this afternoon. They must specifically want those plants for some reason. Crochel'd been conducting illegal botanical experiments out at that country place of his ever since he was dismissed from the university for teaching subversive subjects in the classroom. I know. I was once a student of his. He was always babbling about things like truth and freedom right in the middle of botany class. What's been done with Crochel, do you know? Is he in jail? He's dead. Police liquidated him when they took the pods. He'd been under surveillance for some time. The pods were his last great experiment. But what kind of experiment? No one knows. The Thought Control Council didn't mind old Crochel playing with his begonias, but these people had the look of something really deviational? The look of deviancy? I don't know, whatever. Is that even a word? Probably is. That's why they've been brought here. Our job is to keep them under observation and figure out what the heck Crochel was really up to. I've never seen pods as big as these before. Yeah, what are they? They're like green beans? Like giant green beans, I guess? Neither has anyone else. But considering how rapidly they seem to be maturing, we ought to learn what they are soon enough. It's really too bad Crochel had to be a deviant. He would have been one heck of a scientist if only he'd learned to curb that curiosity of his. Day after day, the government scientists maintain a constant vigil on the mysteriously rapidly evolving plant pods. Okay. The one on the right's coming along just fine, but it looks like the other one will never open. I think you're right. Maybe it was injured somehow during the unearthing and subsequent replanting. So one's dead? So one of them's dead. Okay, days stretched into weeks. Professor, come quick, the big pod is starting to open. Can you tell what it is, what's inside of it? No, not yet. I wanted to be sure to find you so that you could be here when it opens. Great Scott, look. There's a human being inside. He's a fucking green bean man. Dude, that's fucking creepy. Look at him. He does. He just looks like a green bean. He's not a human being. Look how he's attached to the inside of the pod, just like a pea or a bean. Yeah, exactly. He looks awfully weak. We'd better get him into a rejuvenator. He's looking a lot better. We got him down here just in time. Just imagine, a plant man of some kind growing in a greenhouse inside of a giant pod. That is weird. But he doesn't look like a monster, so... But he's from the cover. He's the Quicksilver guy. Oh, you know what's probably going to happen? He's the good one, and then the broken pod is probably going to make a monster, and then the monster is going to break out of the broken pod, and they're going to have to fight. I'll bet you money that's what's going to happen. Let's get him out of here. We've got to try and find out why Crochel created him. What kind of powers and attributes he has. You mean? Yes, he is awake. Of course, just look at him. To all outward appearances, he's a fully developed male human. And yet he's also a plant. Who knows what? Good Lord, he can speak. Yes, somehow old Crochel must have programmed speech patterns into his fibrocellular structure. Come on, let's get him down to the infirmary. We've got to see that he gets a complete physical examination. Shall we give him a name? Yes, his name is Morlock. That's a pretty good name. It's like the name of a monster, but not. Like, that's the name they gave the sewer people in Marvel Comics. It's a name I recall from a decadent novel I read while still a boy. That must have been long before the great book burnings of the 80s. What does the name signify? It was a race of servants who worked for the good of a superior people, as will our friend here. But Morlock will have to be studied carefully so we can ascertain exactly how he may best serve the state. Yes, everyone has his rightful place. Oh, fuck, look at that trippy shit. My God, you're taking me on a fucking journey here. In the days that follow, Morlock is relentlessly probed, tested, and indoctrinated so that he can be used as a tool of totalitarian government. The state is all eyeball. Fucking weird. Remember, Morlock, it is the duty of the government to change the truth from day to day, to meet the changing situations. An old truth that has been served its purpose becomes inoperative. I think I understand, but not really. I mean, I don't even fucking understand this shit. This is some kind of radical government, some kind of political party gone completely out of control. I don't know. But, okay, here's what's probably going to happen. The monster is going to be like a friendly monster, and then they're going to be brothers. And then Morlock is going to kill his brother because he views him as a monster because he's, damn it. I don't know. Hold on. The broken pod is going to create an inferior human, Plant Man, and then Morlock is going to kill the inferior Plant Man because he views himself as superior because he's been indoctrinated by the authoritarian government. I called it. That's going to be the ending. Watch. And then one afternoon, you know, aside from the fact that he matured inside of a plant pod, Morlock seems completely ordinary. Why do you suppose Crochelle created him? I don't know. But his body cells are still changing, developing. Maybe something interesting will yet turn up. Here are your vitamins, Morlock. You'd better... Oh, wait, what? Hey, my hand. It's where you just touched me. There's some sort of fungus growing? Is he going to become the monster? Suddenly, as the elder government scientist watches in mute and helpless horror, the tiny spot of sickening green fungus transmitted by Morlock's touch begins to spread at an alarming rate. Within seconds, it engulfs his arms, his chest, his face. And then what? He becomes a monster? And then his human life is snuffed out of him. He stands rooted to the floor like a ghastly, agonized plant. Oh, dude, that's fucking awesome. Actually, that's pretty awesome. Morlock, what have you done? I don't know. I didn't mean to do anything, but when I touched him, he just turned into a plant? You don't have to tell me what happened to him, Morlock. I can see for myself. I'm sorry. We've got to do something to make sure that this never happens again. Before long, Morlock has been provided with special metal foil gloves to prevent him from accidentally transmitting his malignant fungus. Yet at the same time, the accident at the lab complex has shown Morlock masters how the strange plant man can serve them. They decide to make Morlock their executioner. You see that deviant over there? Wait, what? He's been breaking the law by writing subversive poetry. You must remove the gloves and touch him. What the fuck? Are you daring to question the lawful demand of the state? An ordinary man would be liquidated for less. Now go. He does it. Oh, he touched him. And the poet died. In the weeks that follow, Morlock is sent out periodically to use his hideous plant powers against the so-called enemies of the state. Yet even though he is not a real man, something inside Morlock makes him recoil from the demands of his totalitarian masters. But I do not want to do these things anymore. It is wrong, it makes me sick inside. So he has a moral compass, even though he's a plant. Right and wrong are the government's responsibilities, Morlock. Your responsibility is to see to it that you remain loyal. Understand? Sure, I understand. From now on, we will have to watch him closely. You heard him. What if he decides to rebel? If he rebels, he will be destroyed! Fucking shit. Alright, so this isn't going where I thought it was gonna go. This is going somewhere else. They're doing like a very authoritarian story. Hello there, what are you doing? I'm feeding the birds. I like the birds because they are so free. Wait, what does that say back there? The state is always right, back there on that sign on that tree. These birds are lucky to have a friend like you. Most people around here throw rocks at the birds. Friend? What is a friend? You know. You mean you don't know what a friend is? No, I do not. A friend is someone who likes you, whom you can confide in, and shares your happy moments with. Don't you have any friends? I don't think so. I have the scientists at the laboratory complex, but I do not think the scientists are really my friends. Laboratory complex? Do you work in a lab? No, I not work. I live there. I live in the laboratory, and I do work for the government. But the work I do for the government is horrible. I think the government is wrong to make me do the work that I do. But that's impossible. The government is never wrong about anything. That is what everyone says. But something inside me thinks that the government is wrong to make me do their horrible work. What's your name? Mine's Linda. My name is Morlock. Morlock, that's a funny name. I think you're a strange man, Morlock. Yeah, you're fucking weird. Now let's date. God, that's weird. If a girl ever comes up to you in a park and just starts talking to you like that, I don't know. I wouldn't trust that. I'm not like other men. Perhaps that is why I have no friends. I like you, Morlock. If you let me, I'll be your friend. Morlock is happy with his new friend in the days to follow. They take long walks in the park together, and Morlock tells her about the work he does for the government, and how awful he feels about it. Linda urges Morlock to keep on with his work, but Morlock disagrees. What does that say? The state is watching. You probably can't even see that. My head's blocking it. There it is. Underneath on the tree there. The state is watching. And then one day Morlock makes a fateful decision. I cannot go on killing people for them, even if those people are deviants. I'll tell them how I feel about it. I'll make them understand. There's nothing I can do about it, I tell you. That's Linda's voice. What is she doing here in the lab complex? Then you have failed us, Linda. Your mission was to befriend Morlock, to spy on him, to reassure him whenever his loyalty to the state seemed about to waver. And I carried out that mission. He's been on the verge of quitting for months. It's only because I've managed to persuade that plant freak of yours, I'm his friend, that I've managed to keep him working for this long. So you've managed to keep the plant freak working by pretending to be his friend, have you? Huh? Morlock? Morlock, please, I am your friend. You've got to understand. I do understand. That day in the park, it was a trick to meet me, to gain my confidence. You're nothing but a spy, sent to watch over me, to make sure I continue to do the filthy work. No, Morlock, you've got it all wrong. I really do care for you, Morlock. Get away! Get away from me! Don't touch me! Oh shit, she's gonna plant monster. Ever since he first emerged full-grown from the plant pod, has Morlock known anger. His body, part man, part plant, trembles now with this new, terrifying emotion. And suddenly, as Linda attempts to soothe him with a bogus display of affection, something strange? What the... He's turning into the monster! And now, for the very first mind-boggling time, Morlock begins to change. Holy shit! Oh my god, look at, he's got tentacles. He's like dead. He's like a dead wood. Within the space of a single sense-shattering moment, Morlock has become miraculously transformed into something horrible, something unearthly. Oh my god, you should never have fucked with that man. He is gonna eat the shit out of you. I bet. Yes, oh my god. Morlock tries to speak, but all that comes forth is a hideous gurgle. He tries to think, but his mind is clouded with the bestial preoccupations of an inhuman thing. In this monstrous form, Morlock knows only that he is hungry, terribly hungry, and that this screaming morsel before him is food. Fuck. What happened? Did she go inside of his mouth? Within a second, she is gone, devoured, enveloped in a tentacled embrace, and only a pool of blackish slime remains as mute evidence that a frail human was once here and died. Dude, look at, that's gross. There's like black stuff on the floor. He turned her into black goo? Gasp! Press the alarm! Now Morlock can hear sounds of men yelling, can feel their bullets from their guns whizzing harmlessly through his leaf-enshrouded form. All he cannot discern what these men are saying. For in this monstrous form, all Morlock can understand is survival. Stop him! He's getting away! Somehow, Morlock eludes his pursuers, and hours later, drawn by some unearthly instinct that no man will ever comprehend, he shambles towards the charred ruins of the greenhouse whose black soil first gave him life. Okay, he's starting to change again. I'm regaining my human form. This is the place where my life began. This is where Professor Crochelle first planted the pod from which I emerged. And buried beneath the flagstone floor, the charred and shattered greenhouse, Morlock makes a momentous discovery. It's Professor Crochelle's notes. According to this, he hoped I would become the first in an army of plant men who would help overthrow the dictatorship. According to this, I possess awesome powers, but the professor feared that whenever I reverted to my primitive plant form, I might commit acts of hideous evil. So he made this serum. It will enable me to avoid turning into the plant monster as long as I drink it regularly. But there isn't much serum here. It is only a sample. What will I do when it finally runs out? Meanwhile, in the city, this man is a wanted fugitive for justice. He is an alien life form who threatens the security of our happy society. The state offers 500 credits to the citizen who informs the authorities of his whereabouts. Repeat, this man is wanted. So everybody knows now. It's like gonna be like a fucking open hunt for this fucking guy. He's gonna be like, dude, that was good. I hope you guys liked that one. That one was pretty good. I'm fucking in it. We got 2 more issues, so we're gonna get into this shit. But that was fucking awesome, dude. I'm so happy he killed the girl. I was like, I knew it. I was like, from the second she walked down panel, I'm like, she's gonna trick him. She's tricking him, and he's gonna kill her or something. But I was wrong, though, because I thought the monster was gonna come from the broken pod and that they were gonna, like, fight, and it was gonna be, like, a good and evil morality tale. No, he's the monster. That's fucking crazy. I was not expecting that. I like it. I like this book. This is one of the good ones. All right. But that's it for this one. Stay tuned for the next one, because this is going to be a good show. Yeah, if you like reading this comic with me and you want to read more comics with me, go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel, and donate to my Patreon so I can do even more stuff. But until next time, nerds, stay heroic.